I'm Sue Bikorski. I'm Head of HR at Peters & Peters, and I'm responsible for all the recruitment into the firm as well as many other things. And I want to speak to you today about how we recruit trainees and tell you a little bit about what it's like to be a trainee at Peters & Peters. We have our trainee recruitment application form on our website, so you can access the form that way. We don't have a particularly complicated process, unlike some of the large firms. You just have a look at the form and then complete it and send it back to us in HR. We don't have any particular layers of criteria on that form. We look at all the forms when they come in, and we shortlist from there. The actual process comprises shortlisting from the application form and then inviting people who we feel are appropriate in for a testing day, a series of tests, an administrative test, a general spelling and grammatical comprehension test, and then you'd also write an essay, and that is marked externally by a barrister who we know, and the essay will be on a topical question, so something in the news at the moment, not necessarily particularly legal, but topical. And then if you're successful after that, we would invite you in for a first interview. The interview is with myself and one of our partners, and then you would progress to a second interview. So that's in a nutshell how the process works. Given that we only recruit 2 people a year, it is a competitive process. It has to be a competitive process. And we are looking for people who are really genuinely interested in working at Peters & Peters. We don't expect you to know much about what we do, because it's so specialised, but we do expect you to have had a good look at us, to have found out about us, to have looked at our website, looked at the cases that we've worked on, perhaps come to one of our presentations that we make at colleges of law, for example, and prove to us that Peters & Peters is where you want to be, not that we're one of many firms that you're applying to. In terms of the sort of people we're looking for, we do need people who have very strong academic qualifications, but we are not too prescriptive about that. We will look at qualifications from other countries and how they compare to UK qualifications, and we also balance qualifications against work experience. It is important to us that I suppose that you're quite streetwise, that you know a bit about what it's like in the working world. Because of the nature of the work and also the way we work with trainees, you do come in and you're straight in there, you're right into it all. You might go into a client meeting with a very significant client almost on day one, that has been known, or you might be taken off abroad very early on after you first start. So you do have to be capable of coping with that, and I think some relevant work experience or experience outside academia is useful in that respect. We do work all around the world depending on where the cases take us. So if you do speak a foreign language, it can be very useful to us. It doesn't exclude you if you don't have a language, but if you do, that could be helpful. In terms of what you'd be asked to do as a trainee, we have several seats. We have 2 main fee-earning departments. You'd spend 2 seats in our business crime department and 1 seat in our commercial litigation and civil fraud department. Now, since we're a pure litigation firm, we don't have a non-contentious seat within the firm. So we would also ask you to do a secondment, and we would send you somewhere else, probably for 3 months, but possibly for longer. In the past, we've sent people, for example, to the Law Society headquarters in Brussels. Somebody's gone to ITV. Somebody else went to a sports promotion company that we've worked with in the past, and recently somebody went to a private client firm in Mayfair. So it's very varied. So unlike being a trainee in many of the large corporate firms, you will be really in the thick of it. You'll be doing very interesting work. I should mention we have a large paralegal team here, and they do a lot of the work that trainees may do in some other firms. You won't be standing at a photocopier all day. You will be really in the thick of it, which is very exciting. You do need to have very good interpersonal skills and to be a self-confident person. We're not a firm where wallflower trainees would thrive. We need trainees who are really out there, who are prepared to be good team players and to deal with people at all levels within the organisation and also in terms of our clients, many of whom can be very senior people. And I think that sums it up, and we very much look forward to receiving your application.